Hello and Om Sai Ram and welcome to the 8th episode of Sri Ram Vijay Granth lecture series. We concluded our last episode by knowing about the fact that Ravana, accompanied by Maricha was of course greatly reluctant to accompany Ravan, and both of them were planning to kidnap Mata Sita from the Parnakutika in the Panchavati. So let us now see what happened in the next Adhyay or Adhyay 22, 23 and 24 respectively. I dedicate this presentation to Lord Sri Sainath Maharaj for his kind blessings and inspiration to take up the episodes of this holy Granth, Sri Ram Vijay. Without his grace and inspiration and the kind blessings that he has bestowed upon all of us, this undertaking would have been impossible. So once again, we convey our heartiest obeisances to Lord Sri Sainath Maharaj's holy lotus feet. So with this note, we start with our today's episode. Before touching chapter 22, the things that happened before that, because chapter 22 directly deals with the moment after the Sita Haran was done. So Sita Haran has not been mentioned neither in 21 nor in chapter 22. So let me just give a brief summary of the entire thing that happened in between so that all the devotees who are watching these episodes are able to connect with what happened in the previous episode and what is going to happen in today's episode. So Maricha, he took the disguise of a golden, very beautiful deer or a stag, which we call. So in that enchanting form, he attracted the vision of Mata Sita, who, by seeing the enchanting form of the stag, she told Lord Ram to bring it for her. So immediately, Lord Ram, what he did was he kept Lakshman in charge of Mata Sita, and he left to just catch the hiran or the stag and bring it to Mata Sita. And the moment he stepped into the forest, he understood that this particular stag, was not an ordinary one. It might be a demon in disguise. And then Ramji, as he was the Brahmanda Nayak, he understood that it was Maricha, who had taken the disguise of the stag. So, being identified Ravan's maternal uncle, he shot an arrow towards the stag. And before the stag died, what he did was he took out the voice of Lord Ram as if Lord Ram is in danger, which alarmed Mata Sita and Lakshman on the other side. They were on the Parnakutika. And Mata Sita immediately ordered Lakshman to go and check whether Lord Ram is in danger or not. She was highly tensed now. So now Maharaj Lakshman, what he did was he drew a boundary in front of the Parnakutika, the Lakshman Rekha, which is popularly known as the Lakshman Rekha, and he ordered Mata Sita not to cross it at under any circumstances, and that would protect her. With this note, Lakshmanji, he left for the forest. On going to the forest, he saw that Ramji was all okay. There was nothing wrong with him. And he said that, who sent you here? So Lakshmanji said that even I was concerned and Mata Sita sent me to check what happened to you because we heard your cries. So Ramji said, no, no, that was not me. The stag was the disguised form of Maricha, who while dying took out my sound. He did my mimicry and he confused both of you. So while this was going on in the forest, on the other hand, what happened is Ravana, he was disguised as a sadhu or an ascetic, and he came in front of Mata Sita and he was begging for alms. Mata Sita immediately went in and she brought the necessary Siddha articles that were to be given. And immediately the sadhu, what he did was, he said that no, no, you need to cross the borderline. I can't accept the alms like this. And she convinced Mata Sita to cross the borderline. And right after that, the next moment itself, he just took his original form, that is Ravana, and he did the Sita Haran. Even today in Nashik, which is in Maharashtra, we can just visit and see the place where the Sita Haran took place, the Parnakutika. Those places are still located in the Nashik. So with this, by describing the entire scenario, how Sita was kidnapped, we proceed to chapter 22 of this Mahagranth. We have merged chapter 22 and 23 because both the chapters consist of the same thing, that is the Sita Haran and what happened after that. So to start with it, so let's see, after the Sita Haran took place, what happened? Sita all the time cried aloud the names of Ram, which Jatayu, a huge eagle bird, he heard. We heard about Jatayu in the previous episode. So Jatayu heard the crying sounds of Mata Sita, who was calling for help and who was all the time taking the name of Lord Ram. So he immediately went to her rescue. At that time, Ravana said, Jatayu, I command you to set Sita at liberty. So Jatayu said that Ravana, I command you to set Sita at liberty. So you need to set her free. Why are you taking her? So with that, again, Jatayu again, he threatened Ravana by saying that if you disobey me, I shall instantly kill you. So now Jatayu said, either you leave her or I'll just kill you. Who are you? Replied Ravana. And what you have to do with this lady? You fool, go and you mind your own business. Jatayu insisted and Ravana let off arrows at him. So a war, literally a war started between Ravana and Jatayu. So the bird here means Jatayu, he cut off with his bill all the arrows of the demon king, broke the head of his charioteer, and killed his horses. So all the horses and everything, the charioteer of Ravana, all the things were killed. So Ravana alighted when the bird pounced upon him and pulled off his hair. So Jatayu was strongly fighting with Ravana. So he was alarmed and stood there bewildered, not knowing what to do. Ravana now was alarmed. He was thinking that this strong bird, he is a mighty bird who has killed all my horses as well as my charioteer. And now he is pulling my hairs and doing whatnot. He's distracting me and fighting a strong war. So the moment this happened, quite after some time, the bird broke his chariot. So now Jatayu, he took his final move and he broke Ravana's chariot. When the demon king said, speak the truth, just tell me, how will you die? I shall also tell you how I shall die. So Ravana now played a trick. He was very clever, diplomatic, and he just asked Jatayu that tell me the secret of your death, then I will also reveal mine. If you say, then only I will say. So Jatayu, now he was a very simple, his heart was clear. He was not that much diplomatic, or nor did he know the diplomatic ways of dealing with people. So Jatayu, who was a simpleton, replied, if you pull off my wings, I shall die instantly. So he told the truth. that if you just pull off my wings, I shall die instantly. Now just tell me, continued Jatayu, how you will die. If you break my toes, said Ravana, I shall die in no time. So Ravana, he said a lie, that if you break my toes, then I shall die. As soon as this secret was disclosed by Jatayu, Ravana went to catch him. The bird broke one of the toes of his enemy, which is Ravana. So while Jatayu was doing this, Ravana, he took this opportunity, took the advantage of this golden opportunity, and he tore off Jatayu's wings. He pulled off his wings. Jatayu, saturated with blood, fell there rolling, and the demon king, taking Sita on his shoulders, proceeded towards Lanka. So all his chariot and everything was broken. Ravan was standing on the ground, and he broke Jatayu's. He cut off Jatayu's wing, pulled off, and the moment after that, he took Sita on his shoulders and he escaped from that very sight, and he proceeded towards Lanka. When he reached the hills called Matang, five powerful monkeys, who were they? That is Sugriva, Nal, Neel, Jambavant, and Maruti, who lived there, found the ornaments thrown down by Sita on the ground. So Sita Mata, when she was being carried off by Ravana, she one by one she kept throwing her jewelries. So this sight was seen by the five mighty monkeys, Sugriv, Nal, Neel, Jambavant, and Maruti. Looking at the ornaments, Maruti said, "Pity, some wicked demon must have been carrying off a poor woman. I shall kill the demon and rescue her." So saying, he jumped in the sky. But in the meantime, Ravana entered Lanka with his prize and dispatched 18 huge demons to search and kill Ram. So by the time Hanuman started to follow, Ravan, by that time he reached Lanka and he dispatched 18 huge demons to kill Ram. So Hanumanji, he did not find her anywhere. He was unable to trace after that. A few days after his return to Lanka, the demon king said to Sita, "I beseech you to marry me. I am very powerful and have made all the gods my slaves. There is not a single soul on the earth who can equal me in wealth, strength, and valor. If you be my wife, you will be very happy." Now Sita Mata replied, "You are wicked and a villain. You will soon die, and I shall never be your wife. I loathe you. Be gone, you fool." So, having heard these words of Sita, Ravana said to himself, "Sita is very much excited, and unless she becomes calm, I shall not be able to win her heart." So, saying to himself, he placed her in the Ashoka forest and posted 5 crores of demonesses with his sister Trijata at their head to watch there with instructions to frighten her and make her marry him at any rate. So after getting Sita Mata's rejection, what Ravana did was he immediately posted 5 crore demons, demonesses over there, including her sister, who was the in charge of those 5 crore demonesses, and he instructed his sister that frighten her, scare her all the time. So and you convince her to marry me at any cost. So the demonesses often showed their teeth and opened their hideous mouths as if they were going to devour her. But Sita was calm and did not heed them. Trijata, who was kind, encouraged her and told her not to frighten herself. So Trijata, she supported, she was on the path of truth. She supported Mata Sita and she always encouraged Mata Sita that no, no, no need to get. frightened about this fact that we are here, the 5 crore demonesses are here to guard you. Some or the other day, Lord Ram will definitely come and he will carry you off from here. So this was how this Trijata, Ravana's sister, she uh, guided Sita and she encouraged Sita. In chapter 24, we see the scene that is taking place in the forest on the other side, the Panchavati one. So Lakshman joined Ram in the forest and informed him of what had passed between Sita and himself. Lakshman wept and Ram pacified him. They then returned to Panchavati and finding that Sita was not in the Parnakutika, they were alarmed and went in search of her. They could not find her. Then they went to the Rishi Agasti, who informed them that Sita was carried off by Ravana. They returned to their abode and saw the footprints of the demon and Mata Sita. They immediately set out in search of Sita in the forest. On the road, they met Jatayu, who informed them of what had happened. So Jatayu said, I mustered up all my strength and courage to rescue her from the wicked demon. But as soon as he cunningly knew my secret, he pulled off my wings and left me here in a dying state. So saying, Jatayu breathed his last. Ram grieved for him and performed the funeral ceremony of his death. The princes proceeded to their journey. So after doing the final rites, after performing the final rites of Jatayu, both the mighty princes, which is Ram and Lord Lakshman, both of them proceeded to their journey. On the road, Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, our dear Mata Parvati, took the form of Sita and stood before him. So while they were heading on towards finding Mata Sita, Mata Parvati, she tested Lord Ram. She took the form of Mata Sita and stood before him. But he did not receive her, as he knew that she was Parvati. Lord Ram, who was none other than Devadidev, Lord Mahavishnu, he knew that it was Mata Parvati. And knowing this, he bowed down to her immediately. And the picture which is on the screen, Lord Rama trying to hit his eyes with the arrow, this indicates a different scene altogether. This will happen before the Setu Bandhan took place. We will come to it later on in the upcoming episodes. But I purposely put this picture in order to show that how Ma Durga was also engaged in this entire Ramayana. She was worshipped both by Lord Ram as well as Ravan. But she took the side of truth ultimately, as we have seen that the future events showed up. Ravana was killed by Ram by the grace of Ma Durga, and she helped Lord Ram in the battle a lot. So these are the things that we are going to discuss in the upcoming episodes, but still I purposely put on this picture to show the presence of Ma Durga. Even before Ramji, just the moment Ramji started to just go towards finding Sita, she showed up her presence. And even in the later events, we will see how she will come all the time and she will guide Lord Ram. So, Ramji, he understood that this is not Sita and he bowed down to her. A little further on, so now again this scene happened and they again proceeded towards their journey. A huge demon called Kabad, stretching his arms for some 18 yojans. So one yojan means 9 miles. So his arms could go as far as 18 yojans. So just think of the strength that demon must be having. And with his head separated from his trunk, sat in the forest. So this huge, hideous demon was sitting on the forest. Ram, having found that he was a demon, cut off his arms and killed the monster on the spot. This Kaband was the son of Kashyap, a rishi. One day he got drunk and frightened another rishi, Stulashira, who cursed him, saying that he would be a demon, but that he would be released from the curse when Ram would kill him. So as soon as he was killed by Ram, he assumed his original form and stood before him. He said that his head was separated by Indra from his body with his Vajra, as he was performing a severe penance to enable him to take to the kingdom of the god. On the road, Ram killed the 18 demons whom Ravana had sent, if you remember, and then he came to the Pampa Sarovar, which is a river, where Ram and Lakshman sat down for rest under the shade of a banyan tree. From the hills called Rishamukh, the 5 monkeys saw them. Now Sugriv, he was there on the Rishamukh Parvat, and he was afraid, and he said, I think Vali, my brother, has sent those 2 warriors to kill me. So saying, he was about to flee from that place, when Maruti said, do not be afraid. I will ascertain who those warriors are. So saying, Maruti jumped upon the tree and having plucked off branches of it, threw them at Ram. Rama cut off those branches with his Dhanushvans. Maruti then threw large stones and mountains at him, but he broke them in a minute and hurled the monkey into the air. So so his father wind, which is Pavandev, supported him while he was falling down. So struck by those, being pelted by those stones and the hills which Hanuman was throwing towards Lord Ram, and those were being sent back by Lord Ram towards Hanuman. So he was pelted by those things and he was injured by those things. And immediately, while he was about to fall, Pavandev came and he caught him. He supported him so that he does not fall down. And then Pavandev, he told him that you go and worship Ram. And then the later events, as we know, that Hanuman disguised himself, he took another way out. That, okay, so plan A was a flop one, and I have committed a big mistake. So now I am instructed by my father Pavandev to worship Lord Ram. So I need to check whether, no, actually he did not know yet that he was Lord Ram. So he thought that no, I should check whether they are really worshipable or not. So let me go and check these 2 warriors. So at this time he disguised himself as a Pandit, a Brahman, and he came and stood in front of Lord Ram. So after imploring his pardon, he was readily granted by Lord Ram, and he became a great devotee of Ram. And one day, while he was shampooing the feet of the prince, he said to him, I shall be very glad to introduce you to Sugriv, the brother of the king of this place. Only if you promise me that you will protect him. So Hanuman one day, while shampooing Lord Ram's feet, holy lotus feet, he said that I want to introduce you to someone, Prabhu. So Lord Ram said, who? He said that I want to introduce you to Sugriv, the brother of the king of this place, which is Vali. So if you promise that you will protect him. So Lord Ram asked, just tell me who that Sugriva is, replied Ram. Whereupon Maruti related the story of the life of Sugriva, which will be taken up in the chapter 25 of this Adhyay. So in chapter 25, we are going to learn about the background of Vali and Sugriv, how Lord Ram helped them, and what were the things, the background in detail of how the demon, whose name was Rakshas Raj, how he was born, and how he was, there was a big fight that went on for several months inside a cave amongst the Rakshas Raj and Vali, and how the misunderstanding took a opposite turn and it led to a big quarrel because of which Sugriva was thrown out of his kingdom. And after begging the mercy of Lord Ram, he was again restored back in the kingdom as the king, as the new king. So their kingdom's name was Kishkinda, if you all remember. In Ramayana we had read it. So we will come to it in the later episodes, of course. So for today, let us stop our episode here. We have covered chapter 22, 23, and 24 today. And with this note, by paying our heartiest obeisances to Lord Ram's feet, let us conclude today's episode and see what happens next week. So I thank all of you for watching this episode today with so much dedication, patience, and devotion. May Lord Sri Sainath Maharaj, who is the incarnation, the Kali Yuga incarnation of Lord Ram, bless all of you, and may the taste which you all have got by listening to Ram Katha stay ever, so that we always are eager to listen to the pastimes of the Lord, of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, Lord Sainath Maharaj, and many other saints. We are going to take up many such granths in the future projects of our YouTube channel, and so that we are able to uh, complete as many books as possible, and we are able to reach the devotees through this pictorial representation. So with Sri Sainath's blessings, let us stop here today, and we will definitely again be back next Sunday with the next few chapters, the next 3 chapters. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.